And we are. Welcome to all our meeting leaders. Would you be so kind as to mute everybody, please? Of course, that's going to include me. So I'll wait just a second here. All right. So everybody should be muted. Welcome. If you are an NTI meeting leader, so glad to have you. Of course, today is a beautiful Tuesday, March the 30th. We're all excited. First quarter, bam, in the books. I mean, whatever you've done, you've done. We're now getting into the second quarter of the year. 2021 is started off on a much better foot than 2020, and we're happy about that. And I know many of you are happy about that as well. But if you are new to networking today, new to the leadership role, we're glad to have you, of course, and we hope you gain a little bit out of this. I think at the end, one of the things I'd like to do, if depending on how many of you can stick around, I would like everyone, we did this in the past, but I'd like everyone to be prepared to go around the horn and do a no pun intended for Terry Horn's last name. But I like to go around the horn and have everybody give like a 30-second business spotlight. Steve Reed, I said 30-second business spotlight. Yeah. So no. I was just making sure you're paying attention. No, I didn't call you. No, I would never do that. I would never, ever call somebody like Ruben out, for example. Never, would not do that. But just making sure everybody heard that 30-second business spotlight, just so everybody gets to know everybody else on the call. That'd be great. But welcome if you're here. Your area directors, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we have Ray Amanut. What? Come on, dude. I mean, where's Ouija? Where's, Mushi Ouija guy? I haven't seen him in a while. So I'm a little nervous. I haven't seen him. I don't know if you've done anything to him.
He's on vacation. Can't you tell?
Oh, he's on vacation. Okay, well, everybody loves Mushi, so you got to bring him back. And, of course, we have Penny Burr up in Indy doing such an amazing job. We've got 2 new meetings opening up in the Indianapolis, if I'm not mistaken, the Indianapolis area, I should say, if I'm not mistaken. And I hope that Penny is doing very, very well this afternoon. Of course, Martha Harvey, as our we made this announcement last week. So glad to have Martha Harvey on board as the area director for the Nashville market. And of course, Matt Graham in Springfield. We have Jason and Heather Dean up in Ohio. And you really cannot say Jason Dean without saying Heather Dean. In fact, I should just change the slide to be Jason and Heather. I really should. But so glad to have them on board, of course. And then Evan Raouf up in Michigan, doing great. I don't know why, Evan, your name is one of those names I just really love to say. So glad that you are here. It really is an issue. I don't know why, but it is.
Even just having general conversation, he says your name that way. So
and every single time, that's how I have to say it. And I hope all of you will join me in this passion, by the way. I hope every one of you, when you speak of Evan, that you, like me, own that last name. Raouf. Okay, it's that good to say. Join me. Now, the very first thing I want to point out to you guys is the Hobnob. Okay, now, first of all, some of you have a lot of money. Some of you don't have as much money. Okay, I get that. But we want you to be here for the Knoxville Hobnob. If you can do business outside of your geographical area, we want you here. It's going to be a big event. NTI is a massive supporter and sponsor of the Knoxville Hobnob. It's going to be a huge event. We're expecting 500 to as many as 800 people to come through the event. That is on a high end. We're hoping that it's just wildly successful. Yes, people are still, skeptical. They're still nervous. They're maybe even still a little fearful of COVID. But we're going to have tables. We're going to have people spread out. We're going to, if people have masks, the mask mandate, as long as if the mandate's still on when we have the event, we'll be recognizing all social distancing and things like that to keep everybody COVID safe. But believe me, this is something you want to participate in. You can get a table for just $250. You say, Rich, why would I want a table in Knoxville? Well, if you're looking to sell what you got, if you're looking to introduce people to what you do, Knoxville Hobnob is your event. It's going to be wildly successful. April 29th from 4:30 to 8 Eastern time, Knoxville Expo Center. If you are on this call and you're a meeting leader in the Knoxville area and you do not have the funds. Let's talk about splitting a table. Reach out to me. Let me see what I can do to help. The National Networking Association has entrusted us with their very first ever Knoxville Hobnob. I want you guys to learn about the National Networking Association. I'm going to ask Brooke to put in the chat the website for the National Networking Association. Every single one of us should be individual members of the of the National Networking Association. Okay. You should learn about it. In addition to that, many of you are involved with networking meetings in your areas. We want you to tell them about, that is, the other networking groups. We want you to tell them about the National Networking Association, NNA. Now, here's one of the other things. They're working on education. They're working on other benefits to be able to offer to all of us. But we want to have a hobnob in your community. And it comes with compensation. Some of you could launch a hobnob. Texas needs a hobnob. St. Louis, we need a hobnob. Indy, Nashville, we need a hobnob event. This is going to do very, very, very good for NTI. And it will do wonders for your meeting. And so I hope that you will get on board. Ray, quick question.
Yes, the $250 per table, is that a booth or is that like dining table where we're all sitting around and talking?
So what it is, you get a 10 by 10 space and you get an 8-foot table in that space. Okay. So, and then you can do whatever you want within that space. Your $250, you have that 10-foot by 10-foot space. Your table can go on the side and the back. You can put chairs out front. You can have, whooshy mooshy, your books. You can have that. You can have self-defense. You can talk about Heroes in Action online. You can talk about really anything that you want to do to grow your business. You can talk about your networking meeting, your involvement with NTI. Again, NTI is going to have a huge presence at Hobnob. So you're going to have a lot of friends there at this event as well. It is only a one-day event, but then you can promote what you want. Now, some people may want to split a table. It might be that, Evan and Linda would want to split a table. That would be okay. 125 and 125. One of you are going to have to pay the $250 and then the other one just gives the other one $125. No big deal. But we want you guys involved. More importantly, we want to support the National Networking Association, and we're asking you to think about being the spearhead, the tip of the spear for creating a hobnob in your community. Number one, it's the way that the National Networking Association is wanting to introduce itself. Number two, it is very reasonably priced. Number three, you're involving chambers, Toastmasters, Rotaries, networking organizations. And you, as the front runner, get to be the organizer and the one who everyone knows for putting on the event. Okay. So you are going to get a tremendous amount of credibility and visibility for you and for your business for leading and organizing a hobnob in your area. Now, we'll help you. Brooke and I will help you. Others are here to help you. There's others at NNA that are here to help you. But I just want you guys to know that this is how this organization wants to grow. They've come to NTI because we have the footprint that we have. We're down in Alabama, we're down in Florida, and we're working on getting hobnobs going in those areas too. But we want one in your area. One of the things I want to know is what you would want to see to have a hobnob in your area. A St. Louis hobnob, an Indianapolis hobnob, Lansing or Kalamazoo hobnob. We can do it however we want. Okay. Now, those of you that are in Knoxville, we want you to get a table. Number one, because we want you to support networking in Knoxville. Number two, and not in this order necessarily, but it's going to be an amazing event. And it is different to have a table than it is just to walk around and shake hands with people and visit other people's tables. I don't know exactly why there's such a distinction, but there is. I could give you several people that found their success from coming when they finally ponied up and rented a table versus just going out here and walking around. It's a big deal, and we want you to get involved. We want you to get behind it, okay? The other thing is we're more than 2 weeks into our double giveaway. We want to give away $1,000, but we cannot give away $1,000 if our meeting leaders and our members are not recruiting members. We need to recruit about 50 to 60 new members during this contest. Would I like 100? Would I like 150? Sure, of course I would. But we're putting $1,000. Let me ask you guys a question. What chamber are you guys a part of that's offered you $1,000 to do what you should be doing anyway, and that is bringing new members? What other networking organization has offered $1,000 contest to get out here and ask people to join a networking meeting that, frankly, we all should be asking to join the networking meeting anyway? None. You know it, and I know it. Here in Knoxville, where we are unlocked, like relatively unlocked, I mean, especially compared to like Ohio or Michigan, BNI is still not meeting face-to-face, people. Is BNI meeting face-to-face in your community? I doubt it. I doubt it. What are we doing to reach those people who want to meet face-to-face? Those of you in the Nashville area, you might know people in Cookeville. Okay. We just launched NTI Cookeville. We're getting ready to relaunch NTI Hendersonville. People are calling us and saying, we want to start a Networking Today meeting, and we want it face to face. Do you guys allow it? And we be like, for sure. Word. Like, bring it. We're ready. Okay. Some of you need to get involved. You need to start really honing in on this and talking to our members about the Doublemint Double. Every member they bring, they will get an entry into the contest. Takes 2 members to qualify. If you don't bring 2 members, you don't qualify for the contest. But at 2 members, you not only qualify, you now have 2 entries. You bring 5 members, you have 5 entries. That's how it works. If you would like to double the number of entries that you get, all you have to do is refer a new meeting location to us. So who do you know that could launch a new meeting location? Let's do it right now. Like, let's not wait. Let's get out there. If Jane Doe starts a new meeting because, say, Ray told him about it, Ray's entries are going to double. So if Ray has 5 new members at NTI, he now has 10 entries into the $1,000 giveaway. So the only way that this gets spread is by you posting it online, by you posting it in your LinkedIn, by you posting it on Facebook, by us, all of us, every single one of us. But it's you also. You cannot sit here and think. How many of you have read the book called The Tipping Point? Would you raise your hand? Steve? Steve's one of the only ones that has read The Tipping Point. Did I miss anybody? Evan? Evan read it. Okay, I missed Evan. You should read The Tipping Point. Look, Steve's looking for it. He's got it back there. Steve, you got it? You got it. Where's it at? Look, he's looking for it. Look at it.
So many books. Steve,
there it is.
Crutches.
Okay, The Tipping Point. Do you guys know in this book, I've mentioned this before, but in the book, what's he talk about? one of the things he talks about is this murder that happened in New York. And in New York City, with all these people, all the noise, all the everything else, this woman was being murdered. And as she screamed for her life, it is estimated that like 24 people heard her screams. No one called 911. No one. And why did they not call 911? Does anybody know why no one called 911?
They thought someone else would.
They thought somebody else would. What are you doing? What are you doing to promote the double McDouble? Are you getting excited about it? Are you encouraging our members to get excited about it? Do you want your meeting to grow? Why not do it with a double mint contest going on where we're going to give away $1,000 and before summer hits? I kicked off this meeting by saying that we've ended the first quarter, right? And we're now in the second quarter. Well, not yet, but I mean, almost a day or two away from being in the second quarter. Summer will be here before you know it. And you know what happens when summer gets here, right? Vacations, kids. I can't make it because of this. I can't make it because of that. The sun is too bright. It's not bright enough. It's raining too hard. It's not raining hard enough.
I'm going to the pool.
I'm going to the pool. I broke my ankle at the pool. Like my dog
Steve
ran
Reed,
away.
Hold on.
Like,
Steve Reed, do you really have crutches? Are those your crutches right now? I can't hear you.
okay, excellent. Thank you. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
But here's the
Yes.
thing.
I do.
Okay, excellent. But here's the thing. We, as meeting leaders, have to get busy. We have to share. Regulations are starting to lighten up around the country. Governors are starting to lift all COVID mandates as the vaccine and other things come out. Now is our time. Now is your time. We have to do something. We cannot be like the couple of dozen people that heard the woman scream and do nothing. We must take ownership. We must buy into what it is that we're trying to accomplish here at NTI and spread the gospel. If Jesus did it with 12 people, imagine what we could do if all of us got busy in spreading the good news about what's happening here at NTI. We're giving away $1,000 to help. All right, moving right along. Our birthday party. Brooke, you want to talk about the birthday party?
I can.
Do it.
All right. So I thought it would be nice for us to have a 2-day birthday party. Why not? Right?
Or
so,
3.
Or maybe 3 or 4.
4.
Who knows what happens with this group?
Never
So basically what we want to do in this is bring everybody together, kind of go through all the major points that we do throughout our meetings here in Knoxville and kind of give an opportunity for everybody to come in and have the experience themselves. So we crammed it all into 2 days, basically. So the first thing we'll do is we'll kick off the birthday week, end of week, whatever you want to call that, with Rich's meeting, and we're going to have a visitor day. And so we'll run the meeting just as we do here in Knoxville every single Thursday. It'll be a visitor day, so everybody will be inviting people. We'll have people from all over the country coming in for that meeting. And then we will lead into our training. So we want to do some training on like the NTI way and what we're about and how to do a one-to-one and things of that sort. But we're also going to introduce a couple of new things that we're going to bring to the table that we're very, very excited about. And then we're going to have a happy hour that afternoon. So I think 4:30, we're going to start our happy hour. The hotel that we're at is called the Hilton Garden Inn at Paper Mill. And right behind the hotel is an Aubrey's. It's a local restaurant. And so we're going to have the happy hour there, so no one has to drive. So that'll be fun. And then ladies will come back and do networking gone wild at the hotel, which will be fun. Sorry, fellas. Love you. But
Hey,
y'all
Brooke,
can hang
tell us
out.
a little bit about what you plan to do at Networking Gone Wild, would you please?
We're going
And talk to Ray, because Ray is sleepy. Ray.
Listen.
Ray needs a nappy.
Okay, so ladies, I'm gonna have them give us some tables and stuff that the ladies can kind of promote themselves. I'm not charging anything extra for that. We want everybody to wear pajamas because it's fun, but let's be reasonable. Okay.
Guys, we're going to be wearing our pajamas too.
Okay, whatever. But the girls, we're going to be in our own little room. We're going to run it just like how we kind of run Networking Gone Wild online. But it's just going to be more of like the ladies networking with each other and having a good time. So it'll be a blast. And then Friday, we're going to wake up and go to Dano's meeting, and his meeting is at a Stefano's in Hardin Valley, and he's going to have a visitor day for his meeting. It'll be the very first visitor day for that particular meeting, so that's exciting. And from there, we're going to have everybody meet us for lunch over at the Bearden Banquet Hall, where we are going to do our fundraiser. It's a luncheon, and it is for Volunteer Ministry Center here in Knoxville. Rich can talk about that in a second if he wants to, but that's basically what we're going to do. Some people will come in a day early. Some will stay, Friday and Saturday, whatever. So I'm sure there'll be more fun added to the mix, but for the most part, that's the structured part of the birthday party. And you can go to ntibirthdayparty.com. It's $100 for your ticket, but it covers your luncheon and the trainings. So you want to make sure that you get that purchased as soon as possible. And if you are traveling from out of state, you can reach out to Miss Amy, and Amy can help accommodate to the hotel. She knows exactly where to send you. And we've got the connections and everything there. So we've got that all set up for everybody. So if you need anything, either reach out to me, Rich, or even to Amy. She knows all the details as well.
And guys, the Hilton Garden is a remodeled hotel. It's very, very nice. And we've got 25, is that right? 25 rooms blocked.
Yes.
So we don't have a lot of rooms blocked off. I will have a room because it's going to be highly likely that I might be drinking. I'm going to try to remain professional. But here's the thing, guys. This is where.
Thank you, Amy.
This is. Amy, what are you saying? What does she mean?
We're talking.
Oh, I see. I'm saying to you guys, look, this is where relationships are isolated right here. Okay? Look, you guys have all been part of organizations. What happens when you unplug? What happens? You're not connected. You're not building relationships. You're not building friendships. What happens when you do that with a church and you unplug from the church and you don't attend? And you're not meeting people, you're not greeting people, you're not finding out what's happening in their lives, you're not doing events together, you're not like whatever, the church luncheon, you're not there, the church has some holiday sunrise service and you're not there. You're out of sight, not of mind, and you unplug, and it's a negative spiral on energy. Listen, energy can be positive or negative, and both are just as equally as contagious as the other. If you want to plug in with what we're doing here at NTI, and you want to take your business and your networking meeting to the next level, this is an event that you want to come to. You guys travel for other things. Ray just went on vacation. He just spent $10,000 on vacation. And he's, for him to save and carve out $100 of his $10,000 vacation budget to come to Knoxville is such a nice thing for Ray to do. And here's the thing. Ray is a police commissioner. So we have to be on our best behavior.
I knew it was coming, Ray. I knew it.
If you guys think that we're going to be like partying and doing illegal stuff and like, stuff like this, it's not happening. Ray's going to be here and he's a commissioner, for heaven's sakes. Think we want to be arrested?
Oh my gosh, you can't do that anyway.
Right. He can't even do that in St. Louis, the poor guy. Okay, but I guess maybe he could. He knows enough people. But here's the thing. We want you at the birthday party. We want you. The only way we can have fun with you is for you to be here. You know what? Why don't you reach out to a few people who have come to Knoxville and ask them what kind of time they had? Why don't you ask Jason and Heather what kind of time they have when they come here? Why don't you ask Amy what kind of fun she had at the rooftop for our holiday happy hour. Come on, Amy. Come on. Let's talk about it. Come on,
Okay,
Amy.
let's not. Let's
Okay, we're not
move
gonna
on.
talk. We're moving
Move
on.
on.
So
I'm
real.
getting
just-
messages about you.
Just saying, it's going to be fun. And it'll be more fun if you're here. Think of the stories. Imagine this with me, ladies and gentlemen. We have this very nice hotel. You come into the hotel, doors open automatically for you. You walk into a nice, beautiful foyer area, nice chairs, nice computer areas, nice area. And off here to the left, as you walk in, is a beautiful dining area with a bar with alcohol at the bar, water and sodas as well. But there's alcohol there, okay? And in this beautiful area, you walk through the bar area and you come into this beautiful meeting room. Huh? Can you see this in your mind?
Yes.
You go into the meeting room and what's in there? A bunch of women in pajamas.
Oh, geez.
Now, if you're a man, you cannot go in. If you are a woman also in pajamas, you can go in. Or I guess if you're in street clothes and have your pajamas with you, you
All
can
women are
go in.
welcome.
Okay, all women are welcome. You go in. But ladies, where do you have to go to get your drinks? You have to come out into the beautiful lobby area, the bar area that they have, where all the men will be waiting in our pajamas.
No, they won't.
Now, Vince Thompson, some of you don't know Vince Thompson, but Vince Thompson wears you guys remember the fluffy bunny pajamas that, what's his name got in the Christmas Story? What was that? Who remembers what I'm
Okay,
talking?
just the bunny pajamas. Move on.
Okay, he wears bunny rabbit pajamas. Let me tell you, this is not something you want to miss. Look, let me tell you something. You hold an NTI birthday event in your community, I'll come to your birthday party.
Has to be a different week, please.
Right? It ain't gonna be the same week, but I mean, come on. Let's have a good time. Go out, register today. Let us get a head count and then encourage your members to do likewise. Let them know about the training, how to present better, how to have a better one-to-one, how to network better, how to be more successful. We're going to work on all of that. We're going to talk about everything under the sun. We're going to have meeting leader trainings where we're face-to-face. And you guys know face-to-face is more effective and more fun than it is online. I'm really pushing it because I really want you there. All right, moving right along. Martha Harvey has been with NTI for almost, 2017, almost 5 years. Is Martha on?
She's
Oh,
on here.
good.
I just asked her to unmute.
Okay, very good. Martha is now our area director down in Nashville. And when I first met Martha, this woman right here is a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. She's fun as
You all have no idea.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Martha Harvey kicks it up to like a 210. She's just that much fun. And I've asked Martha to talk about what she is doing to grow her meeting. She's having happy hours and things like that and connecting it to her meeting. And I said, Martha, everybody needs to hear from you. They need to hear what you are doing. So will you entertain us for 5, 10, whatever, 11 minutes, whatever it is? Tell us what you're doing. And she agreed. So I'm going to shut up and let Martha take over. Martha, welcome. Let's give it up for Martha. Everybody clap your hands. Do something for it. For heaven's sakes, make her feel welcome. Martha, the floor is yours for the next 10 minutes or so.
So, hello everyone. So y'all just want me to tell you what I do in my meetings and how I grow them?
Yep.
I mean,
And
I promise,
how
do
you're
not
connecting the happy
talk as
hours,
much as-
how you promote your happy hours, and what you're doing to grow Nashville.
Okay. I don't talk that much as you do. So I will be fast. Look at his face. So basically, yes, I've had my meetings going on for like 5 years, and how I grow. I'm from the area, so I know everybody. So I love to have mixers. I have them all the time. And basically my mixers this year, we started having them every single month. And I'm having like between the low end 40, the high end 60. I invite the chamber members. I invite all my Facebook friends. I put it on Meetup. Meetup is a huge success for me because people new to town, they don't even know me, see the Meetup, and they show up at my mixers. So, I mean, like I said, my meeting's been about 5 years, but I brought people with me from another networking group, And my leadership team is a huge success for me. They are on boards for the Rotary, or they're on a board for BNI, and then they invite all those people. So I really rely on my leadership team a lot to invite guests to my mixers and my meetings, and that's how I'm growing. So I don't know. What else do you want me to say?
Some people may have questions for you, actually, and we can take questions because Martha is also, she's helped start a lot of what we're doing in the Nashville market. Martha, talk to everyone just for a minute, because some of these markets need to grow. They need more meeting locations. How do you find people, or do people just stumble across you? What do you do to talk to people about starting other meetings in the area?
Well, I mean, not necessarily starting other meetings in the area. I've only started one other one, Spring Hill. But I am now going to start talking to everyone about starting meetings. I did have lunch with a guy the other day that he just found me online and wants to start a meeting out towards Lebanon. But another way I do grow my business is like, okay, for instance, some random real estate agent called me the other day and asked me if I wanted to sell my house. And I was like, no, but do you want to come to a Networking Today meeting? Well, he showed up and brought 4 friends. And then I go to every single Chamber of Commerce ribbon cutting there is, and I invite the new owners of the business that's opening. And most of the time they show up. So, I mean, that's a huge way to get people to come to your meetings, is go to the ribbon cuttings. So I'm constantly talking about it and constantly inviting people.
Martha, one of the things that I talk about and preach all the time is to have fun in your meeting. And I think you are like the queen of fun in your meeting. Right. How do you not have a false energy or a false fun? How do you make your meeting fun and attract people back?
Well, I mean, it's my personality. I mean, I don't make it all about me at all. And I want everyone to have a good time, because to be honest with you, they do go to some other meetings and they're real formal, they're stuffy, but you make it fun. We cut up with each other, during the meeting. We're not like, okay, do your 60 seconds and shut up. I mean, we cut up. If someone stands up and he's short, we're like, we can't see you. Can you stand on the table? We try to make it fun, we
hey,
like.
It's been good to hear from you, Martha.
Well, I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about a guy in my group. But we like to poke fun at each other and just really make it light mooded and have a good time.
We do the same exact thing. We do the same thing with tall people, by the way, Martha. Like tall people who are like, wait, dude, what? How's the oxygen up there? Like, you feeling like anything? Like, we do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, so you guys like cutting up during your meeting and having fun. We do the same thing, as you know, and that is one of the things that makes your meeting so good.
Yeah,
and
it's a lot of fun.
One of the things, Martha, that I love about your meeting too is everyone feels like they're friends. Everyone feels like they're connected. And I try to tell people all the time, like, people will come back to where they have friends.
Right.
So you got to make people feel like they're like they got friends in the room. And the only way you can do that is to bullshit around with them. I mean, excuse my language, but you got to like joke around, harass a little bit, like have fun, right?
Exactly. And one thing I have found that has really helped grow our membership this year is have the mixer the day before your normal day you meet. So I meet on Wednesday. So I have my mixers on Tuesday nights. That gets them excited. They're like, see you in the morning. Can't wait to come. So it's really important. And I've started a newsletter too. I've only had 2 months of it. So I have this newsletter I pass out to guests, send it to my members. It has events coming up. It has the new members that join for the month. It's got like tips to go to listen to the new member orientation. It's got things like that. And people love that.
How often did you say you're doing your mixers?
Once a month.
Once a month.
And another thing key is to start it at 3:30. Reason being, people need an excuse to get the hell out of the office. And they're like, I got a networking thing, boss. See ya, I gotta go. Gotta be there at 3:30. So that's really important. Don't wait till freaking 5 o'clock. Have it so they can leave work early.
How do you pick which week out of 4 or 5 weeks in a month? How do you pick which week you want to do your mixer?
Well, we've been picking the first Tuesday, but that wasn't going to work out for us in April. So we're actually having the next one April 20th, and we're having it at a golf course. So that will draw a lot of people, I think. But we're going to try to stick to the first Tuesday. It didn't interfere with some of the other ones because Spring Hill has mixers once a month too, and they do the third Tuesday. So we don't want to interfere with them. So okay. I don't know.
So the mixers, or we also call them happy hours. She's doing them once a month. I do mine quarterly. Fine, doesn't matter. I mean, whatever works. But you're doing great. What about? Let's see here. I had something right on top of my mind. I was going to ask you about that. You probably do. As far as like talking about the other meetings in the area, do you spend much time like promoting the other meetings in the area?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a slide with every meeting time and place on there. So people take pictures of that slide and yeah, we talk about that.
Okay. Very good. And then do you do anything else unique in your meeting? Are you, like, do you guys, do anything charitable? Do you guys do anything? I'm just throwing this out. Do you do anything else in your meeting that makes your meeting unique that draws people to it or keeps people out?
Well, I mean, we do obviously the Thanksgiving thing. We do once a quarter instead of having the regular meeting. We still do like the slides and all that, but instead of a business spotlight, we have focus groups. We'll either have a team building game or we'll break down in smaller groups to get to know each other, maybe 4 or 5 people just to get to know each other better. And people like that. I mean, it helps when guests are there. They love it because they really get to know the person they're sitting with. So that's just something we started a few years ago.
Now, okay, so you've been with NTI for about 5 years. And I want to remind everybody, we do not change meeting leaders at NTI unless someone steps down or steps aside, whatever is perfectly acceptable. The reason why we keep the same meeting leaders because every single meeting location takes on the personality. And Martha's meeting is taking on her personality. The environment is wonderful. She's picked a fantastic location. She has her mixers or happy hours. She's doing events to get people engaged. And that's one of the reasons, Martha, why I wanted you to come on. And you've been with us for so long. You're doing such a great job. We're so happy to have you at NTI. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Does anyone want to ask Martha a question? Because she is growing big time. And I have a very special announcement in just a minute. I have a very special announcement, so don't leave yet. But does anybody have any questions for Martha? No? Okay, well, if your meeting is not growing and you're not tapping into each other like what Martha's doing, you're missing opportunity. So along these same lines, you guys know we had a contest starting off the 1st of January, ran through the end of February. We got through a lot of chaos and different things that we were in the middle of and finally tallied up all the numbers. And I am very happy to announce that our $500 prize winner of our last contest was none other than Martha Harvey. You won it, baby. You got $500 coming at you. Everybody give Martha a big round of applause for that.
You.
Okay, so
she killed it, y'all. She killed it.
Doing a great job.
To the last day. Like she was,
I mean, pushing it right up to the last minute. So, you know, there are people, you guys have all heard of Martha, by the way, thank you. Thank you for all you do. Appreciate you so very much. Okay, let me just say that some of you will sit here. You guys have all heard of the Pareto principle, right? You guys have heard of the 80-20 rule. Yes? No? You haven't? You guys with me, not with me? The 80-20 rule. You will only have 20% of the people doing 80% of the stuff. How many people are on this screen? I don't even know. I don't ever count. I don't know if there's 15 of us. If I take 20% of you, 20%, according to the Pareto principle, that's all of you that will engage. My wish, my hope is that all of us get involved. Several weeks ago, we had Jim Fogel talk about what he's doing with his pro teams. We had Evan Rauf talk about what he's doing in social media and how he's working to grow Michigan. We've had Martha talk about what she's doing in her meeting. And we've had other meeting leaders talk about what they're doing. Stephen Davis is new here with us. He just kicked off his meeting. He's got his kickoff coming up tomorrow. Free breakfast, pushing Facebook, all these events, everything we're doing. Everybody in the meeting is pushing to grow the meeting location, okay, with a free breakfast and everything. Now is our time to capitalize on the marketplace. People are looking for opportunities to meet, and you have that opportunity for them. So again, thank you, Martha. Love you to death. So glad you're a part of NTI. Like always, we just appreciate you. And we'll be looking to one of you.
Not that bad.
Thank
Maybe
you.
like 2 days after.
At our next meeting. Thank you. Appreciate you. Don't forget about the Thursday training where it's laid back. Let your hair down. Get a beverage, whether it's alcoholic beverage or not. Get a beverage. Put your PJs on, whatever it is, be decent. We don't want to see no body parts or nothing, but, show up, and it's a big Q&A. We answer all your questions. We talk about Fanzuma. Which, by the way, some of you have been asking me about Fanzuma. For some reason, don't know why, the email piece of Fanzuma broke. So it should be fixed by the end of today. By tomorrow, both text and emails should work, no problem. I would like to remind you guys that when you use Fanzuma, there's no restriction in the email, although some of your members, if they're getting it for the very first time, it may go into their spam folder. That happens. But on the text messaging side, Fanzuma goes through an aggregator, and that aggregator pulls Sprint, Verizon, right? US Cellular, AT&T, T-Mobile. It aggregates all those carriers. When Fanzuma sends that text message out to the carrier then delivers it to their customers. They have the right, at their own discretion, their own algorithms, their own whatever, to deliver that message how they see fit, regardless of how we deliver it to them. So some of your members may not get the text message. Well, they could try to switch phones. If there's a different phone, maybe they could have a spouse or one of their, maybe a right-hand man, right-hand woman in their meeting. Get it? That's fine. But we want to make sure everybody is signed up for both the text and the email, because the email goes to 99.9% of everybody. I mean, it goes to almost everybody. So we want everybody to have the text and the email. Okay. Make sure everybody's signed up for that. But we've got so much happening at NTI, so much growth, so much fun, so many things that we're doing. But the Thursday training is your opportunity to come and ask me, ask Brooke, whatever question you want, ask each other. We dialogue with each other, and that's fine too. It's a lot of fun. So not this coming Thursday, but a week from this Thursday will be our next Thursday training. And we hope that you make plans to join us. It's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Put that on your calendar. How do you get to it? You go to NTI Online. When you get to NTI Online, go down to the search box. From here, you can do it a lot of different ways. You can type in Brooke, Brooke, and the Thursday training will pop up because she's the host of that training online. And it's on NTI Online, not like this meeting. This meeting is, you got to have the link for it. Her meeting, you can go out and you can find it on NTI Online. Okay. You can type in meeting leader training and find it. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but we want you to join us. If you're struggling with anything, that is a great opportunity to do that. Knowledge is power. Leaders are readers. I hope you've gotten this book. If you've not gotten a copy of this book, shame on you. It is so good. Marketing Rebellion, the most human company wins. And who, pray tell, is more human than we? We are the human organization. You need to be the human organization. So I hope that you will plug into this book. Now, our next call is on April the 13th. I hope you're there for it. Get it in your calendar. Put it in there. 12:30 Eastern time. We'll be there.